You're back with Bobby and JJ Radio. We're talking with some leaders of the tech industry here in San Antonio, and next we have Jason Strawn, CEO of Grok Interactive. Jason is a longtime programmer, mentor, and teacher. He's also a published technical author, so not the books Bobby reads. He's a co-founder of CodeUp, and he organizes the San Antonio Web Developer Meetup. So welcome, Jason. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
So tell us about Grok, which is the coolest name ever, Grok Interactive.
Okay, wonderful. We're a custom software shop, so we build web and mobile applications for our clients. Every client's really different, and so a lot of our customers are startups that have just received funding, or they're small businesses that are needing to expand their offering, and then we take their ideas and turn them into real working web or mobile applications.
That's awesome. So let's see, how long have you been in business?
We just celebrated our 3rd birthday a couple of weeks ago.
Happy
so
birthday.
Thank you.
Did Grok come to celebrate? I'm convinced that Grok is some mythological creature that just like bestows wisdom upon you.
He's half man, half... Yeah, let's move on.
No, but we did get a cake. So, yeah, I mean, like a typical birthday, what do? You get a cake.
That's right. Oh, how many people are on your staff?
We're at 11 right now. We have 3 open positions, so we're hoping to be at 14 or 15 in the next 30 days.
So tell me about the history of Grok. Like what was the seed that started this whole thing for you?
Sure. So we started 3 years ago. Myself and my business partner, Jason Ellis, were both lead developers at another company, and they were going through a massive round of layoffs, and we weren't affected by that, but we started realizing that this wasn't going to last forever. And we said, well, how do we keep working together? Because if we just go find a new job, we probably aren't going to end up on the same team. And we decided to go out and start our own web shop and see what happened. So we went over to Geekdom. We set up shop at Geekdom. And
we love Geekdom.
3 years later, we're, 11, 12 people and hiring more. So
awesome.
It was really just how do we stay together and keep writing cool software? And here we are.
Okay.
Can you walk us through the process of working with a new client?
Absolutely. So a lot of our clients, when they come to us, they're really just getting through with that ideation phase. They've come up with this idea, they think that it might have a fit, maybe they've worked through with some business strategy, and now they're getting to the point of trying to get this idea of an application and actually build it into something that people can use. So we usually start with a discovery phase where we sit down with them and we basically whiteboard their problem and figure out what their actual business needs are and what kind of automation or technical tools could be used to implement that. From that point, we usually go through a design phase where we actually mock up what the application is going to look and feel like and how it will operate. Once we get sign off, then we move into development where we then build all of the custom software that's going to run that application. We launch it, and then you really go through a lot of iteration afterwards. Once you launch a product, you find that there's features that you should have built, maybe some you shouldn't have, and you build it out. We like to think of it like Windows has been coming out for 20 years and they still haven't found their final version. And that's just kind of how software development works.
I'm more of an Apple guy, so...
We are too.
I see where you're coming from.
Yeah, but I like to rag on Microsoft any chance I can.
What's your percentage of emoji usage in your apps?
Oh, in our apps, very little, but we have an internal communication tool called Slack. And inside of it, I'm telling you, entire conversations have happened solely in emojis.
Oh, fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
I saw somebody write the entire plot of Lost with emojis one time.
That wouldn't be too hard,
It really wouldn't be too hard. There's a lot of room for error, I think. A lot of creative license taken.
Should send that to JJ.
That's a book I can read.
That's the emoji book, which actually I think they have those. So how are you able to help businesses develop web applications? What kind of, how involved are you in steering them where they need to go?
Very involved.
You're the expert, right? So.
Yeah. Most of our clients, I'd say the vast majority of our clients are non-technical. And so they have this idea. They know how their phone works. They know how other apps on their phone works. And they really rely on us. For most of our companies, I kind of take the role of interim CTO until they can grow to a point in which they have a technical lead. And so a lot of the early process with a client is taking that idea, and it's a little bit of education, and it's a little bit of just iterating through processes to get them that requirements document or that scope of work that we're then going to go and build. Very few of our clients actually show up with a written document.
When that happens, does it just wig you out?
Yeah, sometimes. Usually when it happens with them, it's companies that already have a pretty strong technical foundation.
Yeah.
And they're using us more as a resource pool.
Okay.
Maybe their internal dev team is swamped for the next 6 months, but they need this built now.
So they can outsource it to you.
Correct.
To get it done.
But I'd say
That's
the
cool.
majority of our clients, they need us to help them build those initial documents.
Can you share a success story of somebody that came in, had a problem, and you were able to help them?
Sure. I think one of the most recent, had a meeting with them today, so they're on top of mind, would be PCS grades. These are two gentlemen that are retired Air Force. When they came to me, they had this idea of being able to do real estate, basically realtors and lenders and builders being reviewed by military people. And so they thought there's already these places out there where you can review professionals like that, but they wanted it only to be done by military members because they feel like they have a unique perspective when a family is PCSing across the country or doing a move that's mandated by the military. So when they came to us, they really just had the idea. We helped them flesh out the idea, turn it into a workable scope of work. We've built and launched this application, and now they're enjoying somewhere around 25 or 30 signups per day of people around the country that are using their platform to make moving a lot easier. And we think that this benefits not only the real estate professionals, but it very much benefits the military members that are being asked to do this.
So at what point are you willing to work with a client? Like how far along in the development process do they need to be before you're willing to jump in and start developing an app for them? Is it with ideation or is it further?
Yeah, we really are happy. In fact, I like getting involved earlier in the process than later because I feel like we can then lend a lot of our knowledge and expertise, some of the wisdom that we've had. I started writing software 23 years ago. And so I think that there's a lot that we can add before you get to the point of development that can help shape and make minor course corrections into your business before you get too far involved into building it out.
Awesome. Well, how can somebody get in touch with you, Jason, for your services?
I appreciate that. So you can either catch us on Twitter at Grok Interactive. You can visit our website at Grok, Grok -interactive, interactive.com. Or you can contact me directly at Jason S, so Jason and the letter S, at grok.rocks.
Grok.rocks. We'll be back at the bottom of the hour after a word from our sponsors and this week's listing commercial. Stay tuned.